Good morning. Bob Regenweather with Farmers National Company. I'm actually spending a Saturday morning going out and looking at one of the few farms that I still manage here in Black Hawk County. It's supposed to get very hot here this week, mid 90s, 100 indices, and today's still a very pleasant day. So I decided to go out and look at this farm before it got hot, and it's a beautiful morning. A nice breeze. It's about 70 degrees, no real dew. Where I'm on a farm that we did a pollinator planting about a year ago. That's part of the Conservation Reserve Program that's available through the Farm Service Agency office. We decided, we looked at, this is one of the poor areas of this particular farm. It's got really light soils on it, and we've been custom farming the property, done well, but this part of the farm is probably what's pulled us down the most because the yields have never been particularly great here. We looked at the CR Conservation Reserve Program, decided to enroll in that. We put a pollinator seeding in, which is basically a seeding where you plant a flower mix and a warm season or prairie grass mix. So a lot of the stuff that was here when the settlers came to this part of the country, 150 years ago, and that's what was planted here. There's a long process to doing that. We got it enrolled. We planted this last year. The pollinators and the prairie grasses are real slow to get developed. It can take 2 years for them to really get established. But once they are, it's a really healthy biosystem. Livestock likes, I should say not livestock, wildlife really likes it, and bees and insects, that type of stuff. We've had very good success with this one. Typically, the first year you plant it, it's just kind of a weedy mess. And you mow it multiple times. You can't use herbicides because this has got a lot of flowers in it. But you mow it multiple times. And then year two, you also to mow it. But in this case, there's not a lot of weeds in year two, and we've got a lot of flowers coming. That's what I want to show you here. So you'll see here, these are brown-eyed Susans, and we just have a ton of those growing in this CRP seeding. They are all over the place in year two, and beautiful flowers. These tall grasses here are actually some of the prairie grasses that are coming. That would be, we've got some switchgrass in this. We've got some grama, some big blue stem, that type of stuff. You can't tell it right at this time of year. These are all prairie grasses that are growing here in front of me. But in the fall, when you get into September, October, they turn almost kind of a reddish color, and they're really very pretty. And these are kind of a bunchy grass. They tend to grow in bunches, and that's what's happening here. They're growing in bunches. And some of the bigger grasses will get quite tall. I mean, they'll be nearly 6 foot tall for the very big, the biggest specimens. And the root systems on these go very deep. That was one of the things about prairie grasses, that they had very deep root systems. So they'll go real deep, and they can stand drought real well because of that. So again, because this ground's a little lighter, this grass is really suited to that. There's another flower that's growing. And then you can see the view here is very nice. We've got a river valley, a little bit of a river valley in front of us. The Wapsie River is that's Crane Creek back there, which feeds into the Wapsie. But we've got our fields there. That's what I do this time of year. I check the crops. The beans and corn have been planted on this farm. They're looking good. We've had a lot of rain here near Dunkerton, so that's where I'm at. And I noticed that in the crop, there's some little yellow spots in a few areas, but overall it looks good. So that's what I'm up to today. This is one of the funner things I do as a farm manager. Now I'm mostly in charge of farm managers here in the States, so I don't get to go out and look at farms as much as I used to. I used to do this full time, and this is really good therapy for me because I just love getting out, seeing properties on a nice day like this. This is what makes the job great. So I hope you're all having a good day. I thought you'd find this interesting, and I thought I'd share this information with you. Thank you very much.